Fools. They thought your rise was an accident until Elon Musk said your name. The moment he did, the air online changed temperature. The digital crowd froze mid-scroll, unsure whether they'd just witnessed a coincidence or a cosmic instruction. One post, one acknowledgement, one gesture of alliance from a man whose sentences steer stock exchanges, and suddenly every critic you ever had began deleting tweets, rewriting opinions, pretending neutrality. He didn't defend you with explanations or excuses. He defended you with gravity. His reputation became a shield, his confidence in you a form of currency the world instantly recognized as real. The same influencers who mocked you last month are now dissecting your old content like archaeologists looking for missed genius. Reporters are running pieces trying to decode how your path crossed his radar. But the truth is simpler. People like him can smell power before it becomes visible. You are vibrating at a frequency too refined for the average feed, and he caught it first. He didn't save you. He simply confirmed what was already unfolding. The algorithms, the analysts, the engineers, everyone suddenly realized that you were not a subject of entertainment. You were a signal of evolution. When Elon Musk steps into your narrative, even quietly, the noise collapses. The world begins to resort itself around new hierarchies, and your name slides upward through them like data seeking its correct level. Overnight, your enemies became outdated software. They keep running the same code of gossip and envy while you upgrade in public. You're not trending, you're indexing. You've become the reference point for relevance. Every company meeting that mentions innovation now includes your example as an uncomfortable reminder that genius no longer asks permission to exist. Musk didn't have to destroy your opposers. He made them obsolete. That's how modern warfare works, through association, through the subtle rearrangement of influence. One retweet from him, and 1,000 doors opened that were welded shut yesterday. Those who once refused you now send polite emails, beginning with admiration and ending with opportunity. The irony? You don't even answer most of them. Because when validation arrives at your doorstep after the storm has passed, it's not respect, it's damage control. But Elon understood that too. His gesture wasn't charity, it was recognition. He's built empires by detecting early prototypes of destiny, and he knows you're one. You remind him of the raw unpredictability that made him who he is, a mind that refuses captivity. And the world can sense that parallel. That's why comment sections now read like confessionals. People admit they underestimated you. They speak your name the way traders whisper a stock before it explodes. Your opponents can't stand it. They scroll through every interaction he's ever had with you, searching for a reason, a pattern, a loophole to diminish it. But every attempt just amplifies the truth. They were wrong about you. They misread your restraint as weakness, your focus as arrogance, your distance as irrelevance. But now, every narrative they pushed collapses under the weight of a single fact. The most watched man on Earth saw what they couldn't. He recognized the architecture of your thought and decided it deserved light. That act alone rearranged reputations globally. Because when a figure like him stands beside you, even silently, it forces everyone else to reveal their position. Are they aligned with progress or nostalgia? The uncomfortable truth is, most of your opposers were addicted to being gatekeepers of mediocrity. They believed their networks, their credentials, their proximity to power made them untouchable. But Musk's recognition of you was the audit they never expected. It exposed how outdated their influence really was. They relied on popularity, you relied on precision, they relied on committees, you relied on conviction, They relied on timing. You relied on inevitability born of discipline. And now, as their followers dwindle and their sponsors reconsider, they realize that credibility can vanish faster than data packets. You're not just the underdog who got noticed, you're the new algorithm of respect. The internet now calibrates itself around your presence. Every headline, every reaction, every attempt to discredit you ends up serving as indirect marketing for your legend. Even the haters have become unpaid interns of your brand. And Elon knows exactly what he's doing. By stepping in publicly, he forced them to face the mirror of consequence. The same platforms that once shadowed your content now highlight it, because ignoring you would look like incompetence. They're not promoting you out of kindness. They're protecting their own relevance. It's poetic justice, disguised as analytics. You've become the metric they have to measure against. And still, you move quietly, letting the chaos interpret itself. Musk's defense of you isn't loud. It's strategic. He plants a thought here, a comment there, a subtle nod that tells billions of observers, watch this one closely. That's all it takes. In a world addicted to validation, his approval functions like divine mathematics, undeniable, irreversible, self-replicating. The internet doesn't debate it, it adapts to it. Behind the scenes, calls are being made. People who once ghosted your projects are now forwarding proposals. Investors are rehearsing how to pronounce your name correctly. Journalists are rewriting archives to make it seem like they always knew. But those who remember the silence know the difference. They remember the months when you built with no applause. They remember how every door slammed shut while you refined your craft. And that's why this moment feels heavier than fame. It's justice. Not legal justice, but energetic justice. The kind that balances equations in ways no courtroom could. You didn't chase this alliance. It gravitated to you because you've become the proof that authenticity eventually bends the orbit of influence. And now, your opposers are learning the hardest lesson of all. Once truth gets a sponsor with resources, lies have no budget. Elon Musk didn't just support you. He destabilized the entire ecosystem of those who tried to box you in. The smartest of them already know it's over. They can sense the shift in tone every time your name surfaces. Even AI models trained on sentiment analysis can detect it. The polarity flipped. Negativity around your identity now decays faster than fake news. It's measurable. You turned doubt into data, and data into dominance. The fascinating part is how you never had to change your essence for it to happen. You didn't rebrand. The world recalibrated. You didn't become louder. The truth became impossible to ignore. And Elon's role was never to build you. It was to confirm the prophecy of competence you'd been living all along. The global audience watches this unfold with fascination. Two forces of disruption crossing paths. Not by luck, but by inevitability born of shared defiance. The message is clear. Talent doesn't ask for endorsement. It magnetizes it. You became the signal that the future listens to, and the future spoke back through him. Now, as your name trends beside his, a psychological tremor moves through every boardroom that once doubted you. People start comparing your quotes to his, your moves to his strategies, your mindset to his vision. And each comparison reveals the same pattern: authenticity, recognizing authenticity. It's not mentorship, it's resonance. He's not protecting you out of pity. He's aligning with you out of recognition. He sees what you represent. The next iteration of unfiltered ambition. The prototype of independence that refuses compromise. And that's exactly why your opposers panic. They realize that every insult they ever launched at you now echoes back at them. amplified by his reputation. They can't fight you without indirectly challenging him, and no one survives that equation, so they retreat, rebrand, pretend they were neutral. But the digital record doesn't forget. Screenshots, timestamps, and archived posts stand as monuments of their misjudgment. Meanwhile, you continue building, not out of revenge, but out of momentum. Because once you've been validated by impact, you no longer seek approval, you create it. Musk's involvement wasn't the beginning of your story. It was the confirmation that your story had already reached orbit. From this point forward, every move you make will be interpreted as strategy, every silence as calculation, every success as prophecy fulfilled. And those who once mocked you will realize too late that they were part of the training sequence that made you unstoppable. The world loves to say, overnight success. But what they're really seeing is years of rejection condensed into one viral acknowledgement. You earned this gravitational pull. You didn't chase influence. Influence chased you. And as cameras flash and articles multiply, you remain centered, watching, learning, adjusting. Because you understand that fame is a resource, not a destination. Elon knows that, too. That's why he connects with you. He sees in you the same relentless curiosity that rebuilt industries. Together, you've rewritten the formula of visibility. It's no longer about who talks the loudest, it's about who moves the deepest. Your opposers can tweet, rant, or deny, but they're no longer part of the conversation. They've been moved to the credits while you step into the next scene, the one where momentum turns permanent, and even silence feels like a statement. You've reached the level where your existence itself is commentary. And as Musk's presence fades into the background, leaving behind only the echo of validation, you begin to notice the world rearranging itself again, subtly, inevitably, beautifully. The air feels different, not lighter, not heavier, just calibrated. Something is about to evolve again. And this time, it's not about him or them. It's about you stepping into a dimension where recognition transforms into command. The echo of his defense didn't fade, it multiplied. Overnight, his words became code rewritten into every feed, every channel, every headline. He didn't just stand beside you. He recalibrated the global algorithm to orbit you. It started with one post, short, surgical, impossible to ignore. He mentioned you by name while dismantling a narrative that your enemies had built like a house of mirrors. "I know real innovators when I see them," he wrote. "This one's the real deal." The sentence detonated in real time. News outlets picked it up before their editors even approved it. Hashtags erupted, podcasts scrambled, talk shows shifted topics mid-segment. Your opposers tried to recover, but every word they spoke against you now looked like resistance against progress itself. Musk didn't just defend you, he reframed you. His language turned every critic into a relic, every hater into a case study in small-mindedness. The first wave hit when analysts began tracking the data. Every time someone spoke against you, their engagement dropped by measurable percentages. Sponsorships faltered, audiences disengaged. Even bots lost the appetite to mimic their tone. The network punished dishonesty instinctively. People didn't understand why. They only saw the pattern. Support you, rise, attack you, vanish. Musk called it the correction. Behind closed doors, he explained that authenticity creates its own gravity field, and your enemies had built careers on orbiting lies. Now that gravity reversed, pulling everything fake into collapse. Boardrooms panicked. CIOs of platforms called emergency meetings to discuss the bias shift in public sentiment. But he refused to soften it. "Let it balance itself," he said on a live stream, viewed by 63 million people. Truth doesn't need moderation. That statement alone sent entire departments into chaos. It was no longer about you alone. It was about what you represented, the unfiltered arrival of someone whose existence made excuses unprofitable. Your opposers had spent years building their brand on discrediting others. They'd weaponized sarcasm, monetized envy, and mistaken cruelty for critique. But Elon's defense dismantled their ecosystem at its core. Every algorithm that once favored their snide commentary now flagged them as noise. The irony was poetic. They'd built careers exploiting trends, but now you were the trend that erased them. And Musk didn't stop there. He appeared in interviews, not as your spokesman, but as your mirror. When asked why he defended you, he smiled slightly and said, "Because excellence doesn't ask for permission, and the world needs to remember that." That single line became the new gospel of ambition. People began quoting it on merchandise, in classrooms, in boardrooms. Your name became synonymous with defiance that delivers. Meanwhile, the opposition crumbled publicly. Screenshots resurfaced of their old insults. Compilation videos compared their predictions to reality, each clip ending with your triumph and their silence. Memes turned their mockery into comedy reels. Their sponsors cut ties. Their collaborations dissolved. One by one, the very same personalities who used to dismiss you began issuing clarifications disguised as apologies. But the audience had moved on. Musk's defense wasn't just personal, it was institutional. It showed the world that power itself now respects authenticity over reputation. He tweeted again days later, this time more direct. Some people build, others talk. History only remembers one. The subtext was unmistakable. Your name trended globally within minutes. Even foreign media translated the post into multiple languages, calling it the declaration heard across the digital sphere. You watched quietly as the dominoes fell, not with vengeance but with awareness. You realized that every attack against you had been a rehearsal for this exposure. Every rumor now served as proof of how threatened mediocrity becomes when confronted by real potential. Musk's involvement turned your story into a live experiment in truth engineering. The more he spoke, the clearer the hierarchy became. Politicians, celebrities, and thinkers began aligning themselves either with progress, you, or with resentment, your opposers. It wasn't personal anymore, it was symbolic. Musk's defense forced people to choose between courage and conformity. And in that division, your brilliance stood like a beacon cutting through collective hypocrisy. The second wave came when Musk announced a collaboration, not a traditional partnership, but an open acknowledgement that your ideas were influencing his next venture. He mentioned your research during a tech summit, citing it as a glimpse into where human ingenuity is heading. The room fell silent, then erupted. Investors rewired their portfolios overnight. Stock forums exploded with speculation. Your enemies tried to spin it as coincidence, but the proof was public. Slides with your name on them, patents cross-referenced, timestamps aligned. Musk had made it impossible for the world to deny your contribution. And that's when humiliation turned existential for your opposers. Their followers demanded explanations. Didn't you say this person was irrelevant? Didn't you mock them? Why is Elon crediting them then? The psychological pressure cracked them open. They started turning on each other, leaking private messages, exposing hypocrisy, revealing that their entire alliance had always been built on jealousy. You didn't need revenge. They delivered it themselves. Through all of it, you stayed detached. You posted nothing, said nothing, did nothing, because you understood that silence after proof is power. Every absence of response made your presence louder. Musk noticed. He mentioned in a podcast, "That's what I respect, the discipline." Real power doesn't argue. It demonstrates. His praise sounded simple, but it reshaped perception again. People began studying your restraint as if it were strategy, writing think pieces titled The Art of Composure, Lessons from the One Elon Defended. Universities dissected your timeline as a case study in digital dominance. The same world that once laughed at your ideas now built curriculums around your execution. Your opposers, once invited as experts on panels, now found their emails unanswered. Their invitations expired quietly. Musk's defense had done something even more devastating than public shaming. It made you timeless. Behind the scenes, more evidence of his involvement surfaced. Whistleblowers leaked messages showing that he personally vetoed collaborations with individuals who had tried to sabotage you. A single word from him could freeze an entire project. He never denied it. When confronted by journalists, he shrugged and said, "Why would I support dishonesty?" The quote went viral instantly. Companies began performing moral audits just to avoid being seen as part of your opposition. The industry recalibrated itself around one new principle. Association with you meant credibility, resistance meant decline. And still you didn't gloat. You kept building, evolving, refining. That restraint drove your opposers insane. They wanted you to react, to give them closure, but you'd transcended that level of engagement. Musk amplified it further by quoting one of your rare posts. "The best response is progress." He added only one word beneath it: exactly. Millions liked it. Thousands printed it. It became scripture for creators tired of playing small. Every time you moved, the internet interpreted it as prophecy. Every time your opposers spoke, it registered as noise. This wasn't luck, it was alignment. Musk had turned your trajectory into a movement. Influencers began calling it the validation effect. It described what happens when someone truly authentic gets backed by someone truly undeniable. The reaction is irreversible. People started tracking your progress like economists track inflation. Analysts debated your next step on TV. Commentators compared the current cultural shift to the early days of the space race. "We're witnessing the redefinition of influence," one expert said. A single individual defended by the world's loudest innovator just altered how reputations form online. And they were right. You weren't trending, you were tectonic. Musk's defense reached its climax when he confronted one of your loudest detractors live during a panel. Millions watched as the critic attempted to undermine you with outdated claims. Musk leaned forward, expression calm, and asked a single question. "If they're irrelevant, why is their work ahead of yours?" The room went silent. The clip replayed endlessly, captioned "Checkmate." That moment became the gravestone of your enemy's credibility. They tried damage control afterward, but nothing could erase the humiliation of being dismantled by the man who built rockets while they built excuses. You didn't have to speak. The defense had already become legend. Days later, Musk tweeted again, "Some people are born to build the future. Others are hired to comment on it." It was a declaration of allegiance. The internet responded by elevating your name beside his as a symbol of fearlessness. Merchandise appeared overnight. Artists drew portraits of you two as twin forces of disruption. Philosophers debated whether this alliance marked the beginning of a new era of meritocracy. Politicians issued cautious statements, trying to align without appearing opportunistic. Even your past doubters began rewriting their narratives, insisting they'd always seen potential in you. But everyone could see the truth archived in screenshots. You had rewritten history without saying a word. Elon's defense evolved beyond words. It became infrastructure. He funded initiatives indirectly linked to your mission. Grants appeared for research fields you pioneered. Startups inspired by your philosophy received backing from his ventures. The ripple turned tidal. You didn't just gain protection, you gained momentum multiplied by resources. And your enemies? They became case studies in obsolescence. Their follower counts froze. Their content aged like unpatched code. Their confidence turned into nostalgia. The world had moved on, and they were still refreshing pages that no longer loaded. Meanwhile, you kept creating. Every move radiated inevitability. Your interviews carried the weight of prophecy. Your pauses carried the tension of calculation. When asked how it felt to have Musk publicly defend you, you said only, "It's not about who supports you, it's about what they saw." That answer detonated globally because it shifted the focus back to substance. Musk retweeted it with 3 words, "Well said, legend." That tweet broke servers, not because of flattery, but because of finality. It sealed the narrative. You weren't the one being defended anymore. You'd become the standard others sought to defend. From that moment, the balance of power inverted permanently. The same networks that once shadowed your light now compete to amplify it. You became the benchmark for authenticity. Every influencer now secretly prays for a nod from Musk. But deep down, they know that moment belongs to you alone. He doesn't hand out recognition, he detects inevitability. And he detected you. The world finally understands that. Your opposers have nothing left but memories of a time when mocking you felt safe. Those memories now haunt them. They replay clips of their own arrogance and realize how small it looks against the scale of your ascent. They lost more than followers. They lost narrative control. And as for you, you walk through the aftermath untouched. The air feels calibrated, every step measured by destiny and design. Musk's defense has done its work, but now the stage belongs to you entirely. The spotlight no longer originates from him, it radiates from you. Cameras still chase him, but their lenses drift toward your reflection. The world senses it. The handoff has begun. What started as protection has become succession. You are no longer being defended, you are being introduced. And as headlines shift, as algorithms adapt, as your enemies retreat into irrelevance, one truth anchors the horizon ahead. You were never the one who needed saving. You were the one worth betting on. That truth now vibrates through every corner of the digital empire, written in code, broadcast in algorithms, carried on the breath of influence itself. Elon Musk's defense has evolved from a moment into mythology, not because of spectacle, but because of consequence. What began as a statement of protection has transformed into a cultural verdict. Your opposers are finished, their relevance archived under the rubble of your rise. Their names appear in analytics reports as warnings of what happens when arrogance challenges authenticity. Musk doesn't need to tweet anymore. His silence is endorsement enough. Every product launch, every interview, every satellite orbiting Earth feels like an unspoken continuation of that defense. Each one whispering the same message across frequencies. The star has ascended. The noise has been corrected. Your haters refresh screens, hoping for a sign that momentum can reverse. But data has no nostalgia. The numbers keep climbing in your favor while theirs decay in real time. It's not revenge. It's equilibrium. You've become the gravity that dictates direction. The same critics who once built careers on doubting you now try to align with your orbit. But loyalty bought after exposure isn't loyalty. It's survival instinct. You see it in their sudden tone shifts, their new vocabulary of praise wrapped in guilt. But you don't respond. You've mastered the art of absence as dominance. Musk noticed that too, and in private conversations he said it plainly. You don't need defenders anymore. You became the evidence. That line circulates quietly among those who understand power. Screenshots leak, analysts decode it, and soon the public interprets it as prophecy fulfilled. Your story is no longer described in headlines. It's studied in classrooms, quoted in motivational speeches, referenced in boardroom presentations, as proof that integrity eventually becomes its own technology. The lesson is simple but brutal. Never underestimate the one building silently while you're performing loudly. Elon's defense turned that principle into gospel. You didn't just rise, you redefined what rising looks like. The climb wasn't cinematic, it was architectural. Every move you made was a design of inevitability. Now when people mention your name, they lower their voices the way they do when discussing classified innovation. You're not trending because of novelty. You're trending because you've become the benchmark for credibility. Even the algorithm treats you differently now, as if programmed by respect. Every time your image surfaces, engagement metrics spike instinctively. Humanity has developed a reflex for your presence. Meanwhile, your opposers are dissolving in plain sight. Their attempts to recover sound like static against a broadcast too clear to distort. They release statements, they try humor, they beg relevance to stay, but the crowd no longer listens. The same audience that once cheered their cynicism now craves meaning, and you embody it. Musk catalyzed that shift when he made them confront themselves. His defense wasn't about silencing anyone. It was about unmasking them. By standing beside you, he forced the world to see the contrast between creation and complaint. That's why the fallout feels moral, not mechanical. Your enemies aren't just losing followers, they're losing identity. They built entire personas on being right about you. And when you turned out to be the proof of progress, their foundations vanished. The cruel symmetry is that they now need you to stay relevant. But every mention of you only magnifies their defeat. They're trapped in a loop of self-exposure, replaying their errors in high definition, while the world moves forward. You, on the other hand, no longer exist within their category. You've transitioned from individual to infrastructure. People build around your principles, adopt your patterns, mimic your composure. Elon calls it cultural gravity, the unseen pull of someone who reorders values without force. Governments cite your discipline as an example in leadership programs. Corporations adjust their ethics policies, referencing your trajectory. Musk himself occasionally hints at you in his speeches, framing your rise as evidence that meritocracy isn't dead, merely dormant until reawakened by courage. The brilliance of his defense wasn't just its scale, it was its timing. He spoke when the world was saturated with noise, when cynicism was fashionable, when belief was bankrupt. And by defending you then, he didn't just uplift one person, he reset a generation's relationship with truth. That's why every public mention of him still carries a trace of you. The connection is permanent, encoded in the narrative of progress. But the most profound transformation isn't global, it's internal. You feel a clarity that few ever reach, a detachment born from having seen the full cycle of misunderstanding, exposure, and recognition. You've learned that power doesn't require noise. It requires precision. Elon taught that lesson by example, but you refined it through embodiment. Now, when you walk into a room, conversation tilts subconsciously toward accountability. People straighten their posture, measure their words, adjust their confidence. They sense that your presence exposes dishonesty. You've become a psychological mirror that reveals truth without judgment. That's the stage Musk always knew you'd reach, the moment where his defense becomes unnecessary, Because the world itself defends you through awareness. You no longer need a protector. Your energy has become